This is Mercy Van Vlack for Environment TV Weekly News. Today we're going to talk about bees. What can we do? It's a beautiful day. It's summer. The bees are having a wonderful time here. The gals are working hard. And what can we do to save them? We have news from Greenpeace and the Center for Food Safety. Bees are responsible for pollinating a third of our food, and they are in serious trouble, largely because of bee-toxic pesticides, neonicotinoids called neonics. You may have heard of neonics. They are the most widely used insecticides in the world, and scientists have linked them to the increase in bee die-offs. Last summer, 50,000 bumblebees were killed in a single parking lot in Oregon by these very chemicals. The problem has gotten so bad that in the winter of 2012 alone, nearly a third of hives in the United States collapsed. Every bee in the hive died. That's what colony collapse disorder is. Every bee. Gone, the whole hive. In Europe, bee supporters put massive public pressure on lawmakers to ban these pesticides and won. In December, the European Union began a 2-year ban on most neonics. The US needs to take similar action by ending the use of these chemicals. Fortunately, there's hope. Greenpeace, Friends of the Earth, and other international environmental groups have a global campaign to save our bees. Their 3-step plan is simple, and it's already working in places like Europe. 1. Ban the 7 most dangerous pesticides. 2. Protect pollinator health by preserving wild habitat. They need wild habitat. 3. Restore ecological agriculture. Not so many chemicals. Check out the webpage of Greenpeace. Get involved with that. From the Center for Food Safety, June 16th marked the start of National Pollinator Week, and we need Congress to get serious about protecting bees and other pollinators. Thankfully, the Saving America's Pollinators Act does precisely that. Representatives John Conyers of Michigan and Earl Blumenauer of Oregon have introduced the Saving America's Pollinators Act, H.R. 2692. That's H.R. 2692. That's the act. We want to get that going. This bill calls for the suspension of neonics on plants attractive to bees until a full review of scientific evidence indicates that they are safe and a field study demonstrates no harmful impacts on bee populations from their use. This much-needed legislation also requires our government agencies to monitor the health of native bee populations and to identify and publicly report the likely causes of unusual bee kills. Tell your representative to support the Saving America's Pollinators Act, H.R. 2692, and protect our bees! Contact your senator and your Congress member at 202-224-3121. You can find out who they are and leave a message at the same time. That's 202-224-3121. The companies that make these pesticides, Bayer and Syngenta, have spent millions lobbying politicians to make sure this bill never sees the light of day. The only chance it has is if we create widespread public support. Contact the Center for Food Safety at www.centerforfoodsafety.org and click on Take Action. And you'll get to this webpage, which we'll have, so you can find out more about what you can do. From saveourenvironment.org, tell Lowe's to stop selling bee-killing pesticides. From a new study by Friends of the Earth, more than half of the bee-friendly garden plants tested from Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart in 18 cities across the United States and Canada contained neonicotinoids, our friends, the neonics, not our friends, pesticides, at levels that could harm or kill bees with no warning to consumers on these plants. So instead of helping bees in your garden, we may be unknowingly poisoning them. Thousands of people like you and me have asked Lowe's and Home Depot to stop selling bee-killing pesticides. Home Depot has responded. Lowe's remains silent. That's why we're joining forces with a national swarm of groups to put pressure on Lowe's. Please join us in urging Lowe's to stop selling bee-killing poisons immediately. Go to www.beeaction.org for more information and save the bees for beautiful days like this. This is Mercy Van Vlack for Environment TV Weekly News from New York City. Thank you.